because we now know their hypocrisy. Good. And this is what I always cry for, and this is what I always wanted, that for African peoples, my fellow Africans, to realize that Europeans can never be of help to Africa, and they have never been. Americans can never be of help to Africa, and they have never been. UK can never be of help to Africa, and they have never been. China can never be of help to Africa, and they have never been. This is the fact. Do you want Sonko to take control of Senegal? Of course, my brother. I love that question. I would want Sonko to become the next president of Senegal, because I know what will happen when he becomes the president. He will chase away France, and Senegal will be out of France. Senegal will no more speak French. That is making France to do all their best to make sure that they push Macky Sall to label Sonko, to make sure that Sonko never come into power. France is doing all his best, all their best, to push Macky Sall to get Sonko into more troubles, to make sure that Sonko never go into power. Because they suspect this, that when Sonko came into power, Sonko will chase them away the same way Mali, Kas Asimu Keita chased them away. I'm Gambian just like yourself, and I'm praying for the same thing. Thank you so much, my brother. Peoples can ask your questions. Any questions I know something about, I will answer. What do you think was the cause of John Pombe Magufuli death, who was the president of Tanzania? Yeah, the former president of Tanzania. Thank you so much, my brother, for that question. You people can do the question one by one. If I answer another one, then someone also can ask. I don't want the questions to be together, so that I will answer them one by one. Someone asked me about what do I think about John Pombe Magufuli death, my biggest president, the president that I love so much in Tanzania. The president that I really appreciate, who care about his peoples, who was the only president who denied to lock down his country in coronavirus time. Because he realized that coronavirus was something that was manufactured, that was just manipulating sickness to lock down all Africans for no reason. He is the only leader who realized this. When they paid all African leaders 28 million euro, when the European Union have paid all African leaders 28 million to lock down their country, they have paid even John Pombe Magufuli 28 million euro. When he collected the 28 million euro, he refused to lock down his country, and that make Europeans to ask questions. Why? I see most of them, they came out. They were complaining. Why a Tanzania president refused to lock down his country? That was the time I realized that they will kill him. He was assassinated by Europeans, because they give him 28 million euro and he refused to lock down his country, and he hold a secret on this coronavirus sickness. They didn't want him to leak it out. They have to take him out before he will leak that secret about coronavirus. He do the test by himself. He was the first Tanzanian. Before his people will do any test, he was the first Tanzanian to test if this coronavirus is true or not false. That was how they assassinated him. Trust me. And I make it very clear. When he died, I was not surprised. I was the first one on internet, in Facebook. I don't know any other platform, but in Facebook, I think I was the first one who complained and said he was assassinated because he refused to lock down his country. Trust me. So that was what I know about John Pombe Magufuli. And it's true. Gaddafi's son want to become president of Libya with the help of Putin. Well, I never had that. But what I can say, with including Putin, I don't know if Putin is with the help of Putin, but Gaddafi's sons want to become the president. And they are not ready to make him. Who is holding back that power is America. Americans don't want him to become the president. Even Europeans are curious, especially France. They were very angry why they should give chance to Mohammed Gaddafi's son to become into power. Because when he came to power, he's going to revenge. They know it directly. And some of the Libyans who are against Mohammed Gaddafi regime are all afraid. If he become into power, he is going to pay back. He is like his father. He will pay back. Do you know what they did to that boy? They caught the three finger. They killed his father, caught the three finger in prison. And that boy is going to pay back when he becomes a president. That's why they will never allow that boy to become. Libya will always be like this. They can never allow that boy to become the president. When he becomes the president, Libya will become a normal form, but he is going to revenge. They know that. And he's going to deal with Europeans mercilessly. He knows so much. Because he was closer to his father so much. They know this. They will never let him to go into power. He tested fruit and cats, and they told him that they have a coronavirus. Brother, let's go live in the Onsons Friday, so I'm sending you love from Ghana. Yeah, my brother, then I think you could call me, we could discuss about that. Yeah. What happened to Cameroon when Paul Biya dies? Well, I didn't have much knowledge about that. I will tell you the truth. I didn't have much knowledge about that. My brother, you know some people are not use TikTok. Please make us video and we share it. I will by the grace of God. I will. Talk about Biafra, please. Then the more people are here. Biafra. Yeah. Somebody said I should talk. I will talk a little bit about Biafra because last time, what is the next for Gambia when Makisala is out? When Makisala is out, then always remember that Barrow will become very calm. You will see him, he will become like a normal Gambian. But right now, he feel like he's lion because Makisala is behind him. So let me answer my Biafra person who said I should talk a little bit about Biafra. I saw some, when I made a video last time, what did I say? So many Biafrans watched that video. When I made a video on Facebook, I said, if Nigeria is not letting Biafra to get themselves, then Nigeria will not be in peace. I realize something is coming big if they don't release their leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, His Excellency. And that make a little bit crashes in Nigeria last time when something happened there. When the Biafran soldiers came out and said they want to fight. I even want to make a special live for that in Facebook by the grace of God. Is there any leader in Kenya fighting for the less fortunate? Kenya president, suddenly the president we are having in Kenya right now is trying his best, because in his speech, what he was asking for is power. That's the same power I was speaking about. In his speech, he was speaking about power, that they should give them power. The African leaders, they should give them the power in the parliament. And I was saying that, even Kenyan president doesn't even know what he wants. That's what I will say. I see many people sharing the video. We feel like he's giant by saying to Europeans that we need power. Why are they begging for power? Should African leaders beg for power? So that make me feel like Kenyan president feel like he's powerless because his people are not considering him. Because he refused to work for his peoples. Let him work for Kenyan peoples. Let him defend Kenyan peoples. Let him work hard accordingly as he's supposed to be as a good leader. And he will see that he will get power from Kenyan people. It's only Kenyan people who can give him power, not Europeans. The power he is seeking from Europeans don't have that power to give him. Americans don't have the power. UK don't have the power. They can't give him that power. It's only Kenyan citizens who can give him that power. And if he want the power, he have to do accordingly as it's supposed to be. And he will get the power that he want. This is what Muhammad Gaddafi did. He do it to get the power. He worked for his people to be powerful. When you a leader, as an African leader, you want to be powerful, work for your peoples. They employ you. So work for them accordingly as it's supposed to be. You will be powerful. You don't need to beg Europeans for power. You don't need it. Why are you begging them for power when you have power in your country? But just that you look down on those powers. Your power as an African leader, your power lie on your peoples. They are the one who can make you powerless, and they are the one who can make you powerful. When you refuse to fight for them, you refuse to defend them, you ignore them, you see them as fools because they fought for you to become leader. You look down on them, you see them as slaves, you maltreat them, you never defend them, you use their poor name to gain money from America, UK, Europe, and you think you will be powerful, you will be more powerless. So that's why he feels powerless. Now he is asking for Europeans for power. He is asking for Europeans for power. Talk about Museveni, Ugandan president. Ugandan president Museveni, right? He's a man who they said he didn't accept gayism and lesbianism, who was even threatening, saying that, who was even threatening lesbians and gay and LGBT. Since that time, I don't even want to see that man's face. Museveni. He was parading that he don't want LGBT. He said he don't want LGBT. But we have lesbians and gays still in Uganda. Do you believe that? So that noise he made, it was just one weak noise he made. After when they tuned him down, that we will not borrow you money, he cooled down. He cooled down by force. Ready to work. Now they can't even defend themselves. They can't even fight for themselves. They can't even deny a culture that they don't want in their country. They can't even decide whatever African leaders should accept or not. They can decide. Americans are proud that they can decide for Africa. Either Africans like it or not, that's what will happen. We are not happy about LGBT, but it happened. Because we cannot do nothing. They know we can't do nothing. Whatever they want, they will do it. Museveni was parading and making a little bit noise in 1 week. When they tuned him down to let him know that if you try to fight against this LGBT and you become stubborn, we are never going to give you visa. And your ministers and your parliament, you are never going to come to America. We will got American visa on you and we will never borrow you money. This make him to slow down because he knows he can't stay without going to beg them. He is not ready to work. As you can see, Uganda, we have lesbians, we have gays that are not hidden. Are they hidden? Are they running? They are not running. They are enjoying their gayism and their lesbianism in Uganda. So as you can see, like I told you since that time, that African leaders just parade. He sounds slow about it. Of course, why wouldn't he sound slow? He can't speak about it anymore. He can't go against it. He knows what they tell him. What they told him, he knows it. He can't go against LGBT anymore. When he paraded himself, every African was sharing that video. Every African was proud of his speech. But later on, we didn't know that his speech was just to make little big noise. Empty barret make more noise. They are not ready to liberate from America. They are not ready to free themselves from this slavery. African leaders are not ready to be free. It's only the citizens, we are angry, we want to be free, But those who are holding on to our power stick are not ready to be free from slavery. And if that power stick is not liberated from slavery, then Africa is not going to be liberated. The power stick of Africa is the leadership of Africa. And if that power stick is not ready from the leadership, is not free from the slavery, then I tell you Africa is not going to be free from slavery. It have to start from the power stick. The power sticks of Africa, that is called the leadership of Africa, should be free from slavery, should liberate themselves and say to you, I'm gonna work alone, and I'm gonna work, if I'm gonna work with any country, I'll work with African countries, but not Western peoples. If I'm gonna have anything to do with Western world, that is my resources, if I wanna sell them, I sell it with a price that I want. If you don't like it, you go away. Business. But they can't. In your opinion, Pandey, what do you think that could be the solution for Africa? There are many things that should be done, but I think the first things we scratching, right? Yeah, it came back. I think there are many things I will say important, that are very important in liberating Africa. Changing leadership, bringing up good leaders who will think like Pan-Africans. That is one. Good leaders. Number, education system. land is subject we are asking us to help us. Yes, I'm telling you. Language and mentality. Mentality can be changed. And it goes on what? Listen. Good leadership. But good leadership can come if the education system is not there. You know why? Because as you and your school we grow up with a mentality that we hate ourselves. We all agree on that. The education system. So we are seeing our younger brothers or children are also learning the same thing. Change the system. Let the children grow up of themselves, and they will become like a good African, and they will have African mentality and choose as among them become leader tomorrow. They will become a very wise leader. That's how we can have a good leadership. Because in this generation, you and me know that I will never become president. You know it. You and me know that even Malema, that everybody is saying Malema will rule South Africa, Malema can never become president. Unless if he is ready to become a slave to the Western world. That's the time I will be president in South Africa. But as far as Malema is standing Western to fight for Africa, to stand for Africa, to speak for Africa in this way, leader. The Western world control the African political system. They decide who rule African countries and who will not rule. I swear to God. You and me know it. If you want to become a leader in Africa as a Pan-African, I think you have to keep quiet, silence, and find the leadership. When God help you to have the leadership, then you can become whoever you want to become. But it will be very difficult nowadays for me to become a president, or for Julius Malema to become a president, or for Bobby Wine to become a president. It's never possible. I am never thinking of it, and I know it's not possible. They can never become, and I can never become. It's only God that can, only God we could beg to help us. But the system, the political system, how I see it in Africa, believe me, how many years Malema have been searching for leadership in South Africa? It's not today Malema started it. Why can't he become? And all South Africans are proud of him, but why are they not voting? Are they voting for him? So why are they not voting for him? Because the mentality is just to talk, but we can't act. It's not in our actions, but it's in our mouths. Malema is great. Malema would rule. Malema will become a good leader. Malema will become... But who is voting for him? Who is ready for him to become a leader in South Africa? Are South African ladies for Malema to rule them? They are not. The mentality is in mouth. The good mentality is only in mouth. The bad mentality is in brain. And it's brain that is working the body. I swear to God. It's a problem. We are seeing, they make us to kick out our good leaders. Always. Those who fight for us, they call them dictators. They call them terrorists. They call them murderers. They make us to hate them and kick them out by ourselves. So even if Malema become a president in South Africa, at the end of the day, they will make South Africans to hate Malema because they will end up calling Malema a criminal, a terrorist, a murderer, a bad leader. So the South Africans will take him away by themselves. They will not come and take Malema by themselves out. But I already know Malema can never become a leader. Let Malema stop thinking of becoming a president in South Africa. It's a revolution, a vision that I'm saying here. Even if I die, people will still remember this word. That I can never become a leader in Africa. Malema can never become a president in Africa. Bobby Wine can never become a president in Africa. We can't. We know it. If you are intelligent, you know what you are fighting for, you will know that you can never become a leader. Because the political system is being controlled by them. Will they see me like this? Angry. In an angry face, in an angry voice. That I really intend to die for my people and they will allow me to rule my country. They know if I rule my country, what will happen. They know it better. They know if Malema rule his country, what will happen. If they study you, they know you. They will never allow that you become the leader. It's not possible. This is how they make us to hate ourselves. This is how it's very difficult for Africa to liberate. my Bobby was elected as president of Uganda. So, Raima, I want you to tell me, was he a president when he was elected? Did he become the president? When he was elected as the president of Uganda, was he on the seat? No. Why? Why was he not on the seat? If Ugandans elected him, he was not on the seat because the votes we do in Africa is just to manipulate with the Africans that we are participating in our elections. That's why they allow us to vote, but our votes are not counting in African elections. Yeah, someone said the elections was rigged. The election will always be rigged in every African country. Even if all Gambia vote for me, do you think I will become the president? The election will still be rigged. Why? Because the system of the political system, the election system, is not being controlled by Africans. It's not being controlled by faithful Africans. It's being controlled by those Africans who they know they will always listen to the higher authority. They will not listen to the country peoples. They will not listen to the voice of the country peoples, but they will listen to the voice of the higher authority. And the higher authority is being controlled by the Western world. So who is in control of the political system of Africa? The Western world. It's a pity that we are voting, but whoever, even if we all vote for one man that we love, if Europeans, if Western world is not ready for that person to become leader, our vote goes zero. Our energies go zero. So why are we voting? Why are we voting then? No leader is ready to be faithful because we are seeing, sometimes I feel like to cry, I swear to God. People will not understand what I feel in my body. But if people could understand how I feel, I always beg God. I can't complain to God. I can't. God created me, and I always thank Him for giving me life. I can't complain to God, but I swear, sometimes I feel like to complain. Why, God, you give me this experience, you give me knowledge, but you don't give me the power to use. Give me the power. That's what all I always ask. God, you give me the knowledge, thank you. You give me the experience, thank you. You give me to see the true side of Africa, thank you so much. Not everyone is seeing the true side of Africa, but since you give me the knowledge to see the true side of Africa and blackness, please give me the power also so that I could be able to use it. But I'm afraid to become a politician in Gambia, in my own country. Why? The mentality in my country is very fail. Is fail mentality. The mentality failed them. Why I don't want to go there to become a politician? Why I don't want to go into even politics? I can go into politics. I can do it. But if I go into politics today, you know what will happen in my country? I will be started to be insulted by my own peoples. They will not think about, no, this person is ready to go into power just to make sure that this country get wherever we want we all want it to be. They will be the same people to insult me. Then that's how I will just be destroyed for no reason. I will be destroyed for no reason. Just because you want to stand where you should stand. So that's why I will not try it. Because I cannot become a president in Gambia. I never think of it. If it happened, then it will be by the grace of God. But I never think of it. I just think like this, to do what I could do for my peoples. If I could open an organization to help poor people, I do it. I help poor people, no problem. God can pay me for it. But I will never try to find the leadership. If I will become a leader before I will die, then if God will give me, God knows. Then He will give me without me disturbing myself. I will not search for it. But I will do my best, the little I can do to help poor people. To let people know I feel for them. I feel the masses, the poor masses. Why is there a tendency of having a foreign president in many African countries? My brother, That question is very clear. That question, I think every African know the answer to that question. Like I said, since the political system of Africa being ruled by them. And who is the leader of Africa? The leader of Africa is Europeans, Western world. They are the leader of Africa. The leaders, we call them in Africa leaders, our president. They are not presidents. They are peoples, they are like a soldier commander waiting for command. Go and fight, they fight. Fight your people, they fight their peoples. Take gun and shoot them, they shoot them. When you are chosen by God, no one can cause. Of course, that's what I believe. I just do so. I did just do so. That's what I really believe. When I'm chosen by God, that is by force. So that's why I don't even bother myself to think about it like to put leadership in my, I must become a leader. No. Even if I don't become a leader, I will still stand for my peoples till I die. So leadership should not make me to feel like, then I should not fight for my people because I'm not a leader. No. Whoever think like that is not ready to fight for his people. Whoever think like, since I can't become a president in my country, then I will not fight for my people. No. Whoever think like this is not ready to fight for his peoples. Whoever think like this is not ready to fight for his people. As a good citizen who is ready to fight for his people will not think about leadership. When leadership comes, will just come because God wants him to rule. But he will always stand for his people without thinking about even leadership. Leadership is just something that I never intend to become a president. I always told people that to become a leader is not easy. Because when you become a leader, in the day of judgment, God will ask you, hey, you leader of your country, millions of people you were ruling, how do you rule them? Do you rule them fairly? In the day of judgment, you will face it. That's why I was not happy about leadership. Because it's not easy. When you have to become a leader in your country, then you have to be ready to be truthful, not to even eat dime from your country money. They paid you your salary. Your country pay you every month. If you eat dime from their money, God will punish you in the day of judgment. We are not thinking about this life. This life is just a matter of time, just period of time, just like 1 second. You live and die. And forever we have heaven. Forever we have hellfire. And those who go to hellfire will be there forever. That place we should work for that place. We should not work for this life. For this life, why will you work for this life? When you work and you build beautiful buildings, buy big cars, we have poor people on the street, you have 10 cars in your house, everybody is proud of you, but all your neighbors are poor, they can't even eat sometimes, but you are rich with 5 cars, with 10-story buildings. It have no use. When you work for this life and you die, do you know how they do you? You live that beautiful building, you have a big bed in your room, you have a big mirror in your grave. They take you down to the ground. They leave you there. Someone who was lying down on a beautiful building is now under the ground. Someone who was driving Ferrari, Bugatti also